Okay. Testing, testing, testing. Okay. Are we live? I said, are we live? Okay. On your mark, get set, go. Just had to do that. Good afternoon, y'all. This is the man in the black mask, and I know a lot of you are saying the same thing too after what happened this past Wednesday. So this is me saying this. Fuck Donald Trump. Okay? Thank you. You know why? So let me give you the tragic update first before I go any further. A second Capitol police officer has died. That's what I learned about an hour ago. So that brings the body count up to 6. See? I told y'all in my earliest videos that the body count was going to go up and Trump was going to plot some more shit. I mean, how can you guess how diabolical this man is? I mean, seriously? I know a lot of you is not going to like this, but that's okay. I'm just here to present my point of view. Okay? From day one, when he came into office, he did nothing to heal the wounds that America has suffered from. Okay? What did he do? Added shit on top of shit. Okay? So that tells you off the bat that he's a bullshit type of guy. To make matters worse, he wouldn't even release his taxes. Something that any running president could not get away with. Such as Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, for example. They all had to release their taxes. Trump did not do that. So that tells you right there that he committed some financial crimes that he didn't want nobody to know about. But guess what? They found out. He used it to pay off these, pay off this stripper. She was either a porn star or an actress, and her name was Stormy Daniels, I think. Stormy Weathers, whatever the hell her name is. No, Stormy Daniels. And he was known to rape and sexually harass women, too. Now, they haven't locked his ass up yet for that. And a lot of you is thinking he's probably not going to go to jail for the siege at the U.S. Capitol, let alone be impeached. But I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that, something will happen to this dude even before his term lapses. Okay? So this is me saying, again, fuck Donald Trump. Okay? He ain't shit. He ain't never going to be shit. He was never, ever supposed to be our president. That was supposed to be Hillary Clinton. But Trump got sneaky and had the Russians kiss his ass for each vote that was missing. He tried to do it this time, but it backfired. And as a result, Joe Biden won, and he got 1 week before he enters office as America's 46th president. Something that was long overdue. Biden should have won 5 years ago, but then his son died of cancer, so he took a vacation. So now he has one surviving son, and his name is Hunter Biden. Now, a lot of you is thinking that Trump's doing everything to hurt Joe and his truth. But don't y'all think that Trump is doing everything to hurt himself too? I know so. What he does to one, he's also doing to himself. And he don't even know it. Because he want to be the next Fidel Castro. Now, I know y'all probably not going to believe the many lives that he ruined in the process now that 6 people are dead. And another siege could hit the Capitol sometime next week unless something is done about him sooner. Because, for starters, they perma-banned his fucking Facebook and his Instagram and his Twitter and all this other shit. So he got no social media to back him up. Because he's been using social media platforms to incite violence, to encourage people to resort to violence. Which was what happened this past Wednesday. He did that all in a bizarre attempt to overthrow the democracy, let alone Joe Biden's presidency. So not only did he want the Democrats to get the last word, which they evidently did, but he didn't want Biden to take over. But I still don't believe nothing that he says. when he says it'll be a peaceful concession. How about a peaceful impeachment? That would be even better. It's because that piece of shit white ass needs to be impeached. You pose a clear and present danger to the country as well as our democracy. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez was right about one thing. She was right on the money. Okay? He's a threat to the country, plain and simple. You fat piece of shit slob. And you deserve to burn in fucking hell for what you did. So a lot of people are probably going to want you dead. Well, it may come to that. You think about Kennedy. Think about Malcolm X. A lot of people was glad to see them go. The way they treat their own people like shit and what have you. And Trump's no exception to the rule. He got to go down at some point. He must go down. That's the way I feel. He can't get away with this kind of bullshit. No way in hell. But I know last week's siege at the Capitol will bring about some changes, such as beefed up security and everything too. So he basically threw his own people under the bus and let them go down front. And you know what I think? I think they're all going to cop pleas and testify against Donald Trump. That will probably be the only thing that will get Trump's ass in jail once and for all. Because he committed every crime in a political role, such as not releasing his taxes, such as using Russia to help advance his 2016 election. That sort of shit. When has he ever learned to fight fair? Answer, never. So, that being said, fuck Donald Trump. Okay? He's a dead man to all of us. He's a dead man to the democracy, and he's definitely a dead man to Joe Biden. Joe Biden can't stand that piece of shit. And neither can Chuck Schumer nor Nancy Pelosi. Even Nancy Pelosi wants Trump's ass out before the expiration date, which is January 20th. Now, you know fucking Mike Pence won't sign off on the impeachment until Trump becomes more crazy? You believe that shit? And I know a lot of you is thinking Trump probably told Mike Pence to uphold the ruling until after Trump gets more sicker, which will probably happen in no time because the second siege is coming. So y'all brace yourself for that. Ever since 9/11, America has been besieged ever since. This could be so much bigger than 9/11 if we have a second siege at the U.S. Capitol. That's what we're being threatened with. He's encouraging his own people to kill every innocent man, woman, and child out there. He wanted to be a dictator. Think about Fidel Castro, how he was in Havana, Cuba. He was a dictator. Think Vladimir Putin, dictator of Russia. Think about that. But what they did at the Capitol, they will not be able to do that shit in New York City and New York State. The cops got the biggest fucking guns in the world. They wouldn't need to invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807. When you think about that, the cops is too goddamn powerful in New York City. He knows never to fuck with New York fighters. Same for Giuliani. Yeah, Giuliani was in on this too. You don't hear nothing about him, but don't get the notion that Giuliani wasn't involved. He was involved. But he's just not saying nothing. He's just hiding under the mask. But guess what? He just got unmasked. Okay? That old fat fart piece of shit just got unmasked. And Giuliani, they could go after him too. In fact, Trump and Giuliani both could go to jail. And I bet you everyone that was arrested at the Capitol, they're probably going to implicate Giuliani too. Now you ought to think about that. Because Trump was the ringleader. And he got like 6 innocent people killed. It was originally 4. But then this cop died around Thursday or Friday. And now today, a second cop is dead. Thanks to Trump. So like I said, man, something going to happen. unless his ass gets impeached. He should not be allowed to finish his final term. He should not be allowed to serve 10 more days. An impeachment would permaban him from holding federal office once and for all. I'm glad permabanning his social accounts is a stepping stone. But that's not enough. You want to see more, which is the impeachment. Now, I hope all of y'all are with me on this. And please bear with me on this, because everything I'm telling you is right. I can deal with your reasoning as long as I can deal with your logic. But I urge y'all to just be in the moment. Okay? Bear with me on it. Because we're all suffering. We're in this shit together. Keep your heads up high. Keep your heads high above water. Okay? This is the man in the black mask urging you. Keep your heads up high above water. Do you, Roger? Good. Now, I just hope that once Trump leaves office, I don't do another video of him again. Unless he's either dead or in jail. That's the only time that I'll ever talk about Trump. Is if he's either in jail or dead. I get sick of hearing this fucking jackass's name mentioned around me. Okay? He's a fucking pussy, and you know that. Okay? I never could stand that piece of shit. Just like I couldn't stand Giuliani when he was mayor. So much shit happened in front of me. The worst was Amadou Diallo. Now you ought to think about that. And Lima suffered under Giuliani too. Again, think about it. So, fuck you, Donald Trump. Okay? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a question underneath the screen. Okay? I take questions. Just do it with respect. Okay? That's all I'm urging you. Like, subscribe, question underneath the screen or statement, whatever. Okay? I will respond to it. Okay? I take comments and I take questions. So, good luck, be well, and have a good day. Thank you. Thank all of you, my fellow Americans.